Obviously not the result you want, a little bit of a tough ball game. Just overall your thoughts on the afternoon.
Yeah, really tough. I mean, a hard-fought game that they kind of jumped out on us 5-1 after 4 innings, I believe, and we battled. We got it back to a tie game. We had the bottom of the 6th and the 7th inning with a chance to get on top of them, and once we tied it, it felt like whoever was going to score next was kind of going to break through, and unfortunately for us, it was them with a big home run and then some bunt for hit, really good situational hitting in the 9th inning. But we had our chances. We had multiple rallies, kind of get cut short. Overall, obviously, like you said, not the result, but we were right there in the fight, and the effort was there today.
Harris, you moved him around the lineup the past week or so. He seemed to kind of have it today. Do you think he's getting his swing back, or what are your thoughts on him moving forward?
Yeah, he's been seeing the ball pretty well. We moved him. I mean, he started so hot this year, and then it kind of regressed to the mean and came back down, and then it was getting in his head a little, I think. So we just jumbled him around, trying to get him some more pitches to hit. But of late, he's been having great at-bats. He's been seeing the ball well. He's been taking his walks. He's a spark plug that we need on base. But, yeah, he's been doing a really good job. Hopefully that continues for him. But we like him in the top, but we just were jumbling things to try and create more runs on offense.
Tyler Martinez, not necessarily a middle-of-the-order guy, but seems to be very timely when you need the hits. Talk about his efforts today.
He does. He just has bat-to-ball skills, and he doesn't strike out a lot, but it's mainly because he's up there swinging, and he's giving himself a chance. He knows he's fast. He knows what type of hitter he is, so any ball that he puts in play, he has a chance for a hit, and he knows that. So he goes up there, tries to avoid striking out by avoiding 2 strike counts, I believe, and he has a good mentality. He's probably best suited for where he is in the order, down at the bottom, flipping it over, but he's been coming up in some RBI spots and coming through big for us. He bailed us out again today with that game-tying hit. He's been great.
One more guy in the lineup, Blake Atkins, didn't necessarily see the field as much earlier in the year, has come on, has started a decent amount of games, had a hitting streak, all that sort of stuff. What have you seen from him in the last month or so?
Blake's been pretty consistent in just knowing what he can attack when he sees those breaking balls. He's actually better at hitting breaking balls that are down in the zone, and that's where he kind of squares up some baseballs. But he's just been, we had some injuries in the infield, and he took advantage of his opportunity, and he's making plays out there. And, when we do have guys on, he seems to come through, even though that was a sac fly that was to the second baseman. But he did his job. If you can get the ball in play, good things happen, and for the most part, that's what he's been doing for us.
Gabe Barrett looked pretty solid, 4 strikeouts. What were your thoughts on him on the mound?
Gabe was awesome. He pretty much stemmed the tide of the game. He bailed out. As important as this game was, when you're in a bullpen situation that early, you don't want to blow up your bullpen in the middle of a series. So what Gabe did was crucial. Win or lose, he got us to the end of that game, only having to use one more pitcher when he comes in the 5th inning. So a lot of times that can go the other way, and you got to use 4 or 5 guys to keep the game where it is, and you're in a bad spot for tomorrow. So if we do win tomorrow and we get a well-pitched game out of our guys tomorrow, a lot of that will be what Gabe did today. But he came out of the pen, looked a little nervous, didn't trust his stuff, walked a couple guys. But once he got out of that inning, you could see he was just pounding the zone, throwing strikes. If Gabe throws strikes and trusts himself, he's really hard to hit. So he was what we needed today for sure. If we can keep building off that, he's got a bright future ahead as only a freshman right now.
You had some tough calls not go your way. What's your message in the locker room to kind of flip the script and get back on the horse and make sure you get the W tomorrow?
Well, we just always talk about controlling what we can control. I mean, a few things went against us today. We have to see replays and stuff to really know if they were right or wrong. But at the end of the day, what can you do about it but keep fighting through? So hopefully our guys handle it as a learning experience of the adversity and the storms that come your way that you just can't control, and you can fight through it. It wasn't like we didn't have ample opportunities in our hands to do something about the outcome of the game. Could we have had more? Of course, but that could always happen, and I'm sure any game everywhere, both teams have 1 or 2 things that they're not happy about. So you just fight through it. You really can't control it. Me and my staff need to do a really good job of controlling that, but sometimes emotionally you're fighting for your team. You're trying to get the next call. So, we fought through it pretty good. When the game ends on a tough one, unfortunately you have no time to make up for it, but it is what it is. We want our guys fighting to get on base, and if you're trying to get hit by a pitch, sometimes that's what I'm asking you to do. So I loved our guys' effort right to the last pitch.